2, 3, 4!
I learned in this letter that Don Pedro of Aragon comes this night to Messina!
He is very nearby this. He was not 3 leagues off when I left him.
How many gentlemen have you lost in this action?
But few of any sort, and none of name.
I find here that Don Pedro hath bestowed much honor on a young Florentine called Claudio.
Much deserved on his part, and equally remembered by Don Pedro. He hath borne himself beyond the promise of his age.
He hath an uncle here in Messina, will be very much glad of it.
I have already delivered him letters, and there appears much joy in him.
I pray you, is Signor Montanto returned from the wars or no?
I know none of that name, lady. There was none such in the army of any sort.
What's he that you ask for, niece?
My cousin means Signor Benedict of Padua.
Oh, he's returned, and as pleasant as he ever was.
I pray you, how many hath he killed and eaten in these wars? But how many hath he killed? For indeed I promise to eat all of his killing.
Faith, niece. You tax Signor Benedict too much. But he'll be meat with you, I doubt it not.
He hath done good service, lady, in these wars.
You had musty victual, and he hath hoped to eat it. He is a very valiant trencherman, he hath an excellent stomach.
And a good soldier, too, lady.
And a good soldier to a lady. But what is he to a lord?
A lord to a lord, a man to a man, stuffed with all honorable virtues.
Kenyon, is there no young swearer now that will make a voyage with him to the devil?
He is most in the company of the right noble Claudio.
Oh, Lord, he will hang upon him like a disease. He is sooner caught than the pestilence, and the canker runs presently mad. Oh, God, help the noble Claudio. If he has caught the Benedict, it will cost him £1,000 ere it be cured.
I will hold friends with you, lady.
Do, good friend.
You will never run mad, niece.
No, not till a hot January.
Don Pedro has approached.
Good Signor Leonardo! The fashion of the world to avoid cost, and you encounter it.
Never came trouble to my house in the likeness of your grace, for trouble being gone, comfort should remain. But when you depart from me, sorrow abides, and happiness takes his leave.
Oh, you embrace your charge too willingly. I think this is your daughter.
Her mother hath many times told me so.
Were you in doubt, sir, that you asked her?
Signor Benedict, no, for then were you a child.
Oh, you have been full, Benedict. We may guess by this what you are, being a man. True, the lady fathers herself. Be happy, lady, for you are like an honorable father.
If Signor Leonardo be her father, she would not have his head on her shoulders for all Messina, as like him as she is.
I wonder that you will still be talking, Signor Benedict. Nobody marks you.
What? My dear Lady Disdain, are you yet living? Fair parent, teacher.
A bird of my tongue is better than a beast of yours.
I would my horse had the speed of your tongue in so good a continuer. But keep your way, in God's name. I have done.
You always end with a jade's trick. I know you of old.
That is the sum of all, Leonardo. Signor Claudio and Signor Benedict, my dear friend Leonardo hath invited you all. I tell him we shall stay here at least a month, and he hardly prays some occasion may detain us longer.
Let me bid you welcome, my lord. Being reconciled to the prince your brother, I owe you all duty.
Thank you. Not of many words, but I thank you.
Please let your grace lead on.
Your hand, Leonardo. We will go together.
Does not know the daughter of Signor Leonardo?
I noted her not, but I looked on her.
But is she not a modest young lady?
Do you question me as an too in faith, and thou wilt needs thrust thy neck into a yoke, wear the print of it, and sigh away Sundays. Oh, look, Don Pedro has returned to seek you.
Hup! What secret hath held you here that you vote not to Leonardo's?
I want your grace would constrain to tell me.
I charge thee on thy allegiance.
You hear, Count Claudio? I can be secret as a dumb man. I would have you think so, but on my allegiance, mark you this, on my allegiance, he is in love. With who? Now that is your grace's part. Mark how short his answer is. With Hero, Leonardo's short daughter.
If this were so, so were it uttered.
Like the old tale, my lord, it is not so, nor 'twas not so, but indeed, God forbid it should be so.
My passion changed not shortly. God forbid it should be otherwise.
Well, amen if you love her, for the lady is very well worthy.
You speak this to fetch me in, my lord.
By my troth, I speak my thought.
And in faith, my lord, I spoke mine.
And by my two faiths and troths, my lord, I spoke mine.
That I love her, I feel.
That she is worthy, I know.
That I neither feel how she should be loved, nor know how she should be worthy, is the opinion that fire cannot melt out of me. I will die in it at the stake.
Well, if ever thou dost fall from this faith, thou shalt prove a notable argument.
Oh,
Never could maintain his part, but in the force of his will.
that a woman conceived me, I thank her. That she brought me up, I likewise give her most humble thanks. But that I will have a retreat winded in my forehead, or hang my bugle in an invisible baldric, all women shall pardon me. And the fine is, for which I may go the finer, I will live a bachelor.
I shall see thee ere I die look pale with love.
With anger, with sickness, or with hunger, my lord, not with love.
Ah, thou wast ever an obstinate heretic in the despite of beauty.
Well, if I do, hang me in a bottle like a cat, and shoot at me.
Oh, good Signor Benedict. Repair to Leonato. Tell him that I shall not fail him at supper, for indeed he hath made great preparation.
I think I have almost matter enough in me for such an embassage. And so I commit you.
To the tuition of God for my house, if I had it.
The 6th of July, your loving friend Benedict.
Nay, mock not, mock not.
Oh, my liege, your highness now may do me good.
My love is thine to teach. Teach it but how, and thou shalt see how apt it is to learn. Any hard lesson that may do thee good.
Hath Leonato any son, my lord?
No child but Hero. She's his only heir. Thou affect her, Claudio.
Oh, my lord, when you went onward on this ended action, I looked upon her with a soldier's eye, that liked, but had a rougher task in hand than to drive liking to the name of love. But now I'm returned, and have more thoughts have left their places vacant. In the rooms come thronging soft and delicate desires, all prompting me how fair young Hero is, saying, I liked her ere I went to wars.
Oh, if thou dost love fair Hero, cherish it. And I will break with her and with her father, and thou shalt have her.
How sweetly you do minister to love, that no loves grief by his complexion.
Oh, look, what will serve is fit. 'Tis once thou lovest, and I will fit thee with the remedy. I know we shall have reveling tonight. I will assume thy part in some disguise, and tell fair Hero I am Claudio, and in her bosom I'll unclasp my heart, and take her hearing prisoner with the force and strong encounter of my amorous tale. And then, after to her father will I break, and the conclusion is, she shall be thine.
In a hedge than a rose in his grace. And it better suits my blood to be disdained by all than to fashion a carriage to rob love from many. In this, though I cannot be said to be a flattering, honest man, it must not be denied, but I am a plain-dealing villain.
Can you make no use of your discontent?
I make all use of it, for I use it only. Who comes here? What news, Baraccio?
I came to honor for a great supper. The prince, your brother, is royally entertained by Leonato, and can bring you news of an arranged marriage.
Will it serve for any model to build mischief on? What is he for a fool that betroths himself to unquiet this?
Marry, it is Claudio, your brother's left-hand man.
Who? The most exquisite Claudio?
Even he.
A proper squire. And who? Which way looks he?
Marry Anahiro, the daughter and heir to Leonato.
How came you to this?
I was smoking. Comes me the Prince and Claudio, hand in hand in sad conference. I whipped me behind the heiress, and there heard it agreed upon that the Prince should woo Claudio. By my troth, niece, thou wilt never get thee a husband if thou be so shrewd of thy tongue.
Lord, I could not endure a husband with a beard on his face. I had rather lie in the woolen.
You may light on a husband that hath no beard.
And what should I do with him? Dress him in my apparel and make him my waiting gentlewoman? He that hath a beard is more than a youth, and he that hath no beard is less than a man. He that is more than a youth is not for me, and he that is less than a man, I am not for him.
Daughter, remember what I told you. If the prince do solicit you in that kind, you know your answer. The revolutionary.
Lady, will you walk about with your friend?
walk softly and look sweetly and say nothing, I'm yours for the walk. And especially when I walk away.
With me in your company.
I may say so when I please.
And when please you to say so.
When I like your favor.
Speak low if you speak love.
Well, I would you did like me.
So would not I for your own sake, for I have many ill qualities.
Which is one.
Well, I say my prayers aloud.
I love you the better, for the hearers may cry, Amen.
God match me with a good dancer,
Amen.
and God keep him out of my sight when the dance is done. Answer, clerk.
No more words. The clerk is answered.
Well, at least I know I'm free, and I won't forget the man who died, who gave that right to me, and I'll proudly stand up.
I know you well enough. You are Signor Leonato.
Out of word, I am not.
I know you by the waggling of your head.
To tell you true, I counterfeit him.
Oh, you could never do him so ill well unless you were the very man. Here's his dry hand up and down. You are he. You are he.
Out of word, I am not.
Oh, come, come. Do you think I do not know you by your excellent wit? Can virtue hide itself? Graces will appear, and there's an end.
Will you not tell me who told you so?
Oh, no, you shall pardon me.
Nor will you not tell me who you are.
Not now.
That I was disdainful, and that I had my good wit out of the 100 fairy tales. Well, this is Signor Benedict that said so.
What's he?
I'm sure you know him well enough.
Not I, believe
Did he
me.
never make you laugh?
I pray you, what is he?
Why, he's the prince's jester. A very dull fool. Only his gift is in devising impossible slanders. None but libertines delight in him. And the commendation is not in his wit, but in his villainy, for he both pleases men and angers them. And then they laugh at him and beat him.
When I know the gentleman, I'll tell him what to say.
Do. He'll but break a comparison or two on me, which, peradventure, not marked or not laughed at, strikes him into melancholy. We must follow the leaders.
In every good thing.
Nay, if they lead to any ill, I will leave them at the next turning.
It's alright, my love for you is strong. Wrote down this verse, only got two chords. My feelings for you, I can't put into words. Oh, I swear I want you. Oh, I tell you I need you. Got a burning desire. You know you light my fire. Traveled far, I traveled wide. Learned a thing or two about having too much pride. Been around the world, I've seen every kind. You're the only one that stayed on my mind. But I swear I want you.
Sure. My brother is amorous on Hero, and hath withdrawn her father to break with him about it. The ladies follow her, and but one visor remains.
And that is Claudio. I know him by his bearing.
Are not you, Signor Benedict?
You know me well, I am he.
Signor, you are very near my brother. He is enamored on Hero. I pray you, dissuade him from her. She is no equal to his birth, and you may do the part of an honest man in it.
How know you he loves her?
I heard him swear his affection.
So did I too, and he swore he would marry her tonight.
Come, let us to the banquet.
Thus answer I the name of Benedict, but hear these ill news with the ears of Claudio. 'Tis certain so, the prince woos for himself. Friendship is constant in all other things, save in the office and affairs of love. Farewell, therefore, Hero.
To think that we could be in perfect harmony. This feels like it could be some kind of fantasy. It's such a mystery how you and me
tell me, what fashion will you wear the garland of? About your neck like an usurer's chain, or under your arm like a lieutenant's scarf? You must wear it one way, for the prince hath got your hero.
I wish him joy in her.
But did you think the prince would have served you thus?
I pray you, leave me.
Oh, now you strike like a blind
Will
man.
not be, I'll leave you.
Told you of.
Oh, cry you mercy, uncle, by your grace's pardon.
By my troth, a pleasant-spirited lady.
There is little of the melancholy element in her, my lord. For she is never sad but when she sleeps, and not ever sad then. For I have heard my daughter say, she has often dreamed of unhappiness and wakes herself with laughing.
She cannot endure your tale of a husband.
Oh, by no means. She mocks all her wooers out of suit.
She were an excellent wife for Benedict.
Oh, Lord, my lord. If they were but a week married, they would talk themselves mad.
Count Claudio, when mean you to go to church?
Tomorrow, my lord. Time goes on crutches till love has all his rights.
Not till Monday, my dear son, which is hence a just 7 nights, and a time too brief, too, to have all things answer my mind.
Come, you shake the head at so long a breathing. But I warn thee, Claudio, the time shall not go dully by us. I will in the interim undertake one of Hercules' labors, which is to bring Signor Benedict and the Lady Beatrice into a mountain of affection, the one with the other. I would fain have the match, and I doubt not but to fashion it, if you three will minister such assistance as I give thee direction.
My lord, I am for you. It would cost me 10 nights watching.
As am I, my lord.
And you too, gentle hero?
I will do any modest office, my lord, to help my cousin to a good husband.
And Benedict is not the unhopefulest husband that I know. Thus far can I praise him. He is of noble strain, of approved valor, and confirmed honesty. I will teach you how to humor your cousin so that she shall fall in love with Benedict, while I, with your two help, will so practice on Benedict that, in despite of his quick wit and queasy stomach, he shall fall in love with Beatrice.
Beatrice, of this matter is little Cupid's crafty arrow made, that only wounds my hearsay. Now begin, for look where Beatrice like a lapwing runs close to the ground to hear our conference. The pleasantest angling is to see the fish cut with her golden oars the silver stream and greedily devour the treacherous bait. So angle we for Beatrice, who even now is couched in the woodbine coverture. Fear you not my part of the dialogue. Then go we near her, so that her ear may lose nothing of the false sweet bait that we lay for it. No, truly, Ursula, she is too disdainful. I know her spirits are as coy and wild as haggards of the rock. But are you sure that Benedict loves Beatrice so entirely? So says the prince and my new betrothed lord. And did they bid you tell her of it, madam? They didn't entreat me to acquaint her of it, but I persuaded them, if they loved Benedict, to wish him a wrestle with affection, and to never let him know of it. Why did you so? Doth not the gentleman deserve as full as fortunate a bed as ever Beatrice shall couch upon? O God of love, I know he doth deserve as much as may be yielded to a man, but nature never framed a heart of prouder stuff than that of Beatrice. Disdain and scorn ride sparkling in her eyes, misprizing what they look on, and her wit values itself so highly that to her all matter else seems weak. She cannot love, nor take no shape nor project of affection. She is so self-endeared. Sure, I think so, and therefore certainly it were not good she knew his love, lest she make sport at it. Why, you speak truth, but who dare tell her so? If I should speak, she would mock me into air. Oh, she would laugh me out of myself, press me to death with wit. Therefore, that Benedict, like covered fire, consume away in sighs, waste inwardly. It were a better death than die with mocks, which is as bad as die with tickling. Yet, tell her of it. Hear what she will say. No. I will go to Benedict and counsel him to fight against his passions. And truly I'll devise some honest slanders to stain my cousin with. One doth not know how much an ill word may poison liking. Do not do your cousin such a wrong. She cannot be so much without true judgment, having so swift and excellent a wit that she is prized to have, as to refuse so rare a gentleman as Signor Benedict. He is the only man of Italy, excepted my dear Claudio. I pray you, be not angry with me, madam, speaking my fancy. Signor Benedict, for shape, for bearing, argument, and valor, goes foremost in reports through Italy. Indeed, he hath an excellent good name. His excellence did earn it ere he had it. When are you married, madam? Why, every day. Tomorrow. Come, go in. I'll show thee some attires and have thy counsel which is the best to furnish me tomorrow.
mine ears. Can this be true? Stand I condemned for pride and scorn so much? Contempt, farewell, and maiden pride, adieu. No glory lives behind the back of such. And Benedict, love on. I will requite thee, taming my wild heart to thy loving hand. If thou dost love, my kindness shall incite thee to bind our loves up in a holy band. For others say thou dost deserve, and I believe it, better than reporting.
Gallants, I am not as I have been.
So say I, methinks you are sinner.
Well, everyone can master a grief, but he that has it.
If he's in not love with some woman, there's no believing the old signs, for the old Barbers has already been seen with him, and the old ornament of his cheek has already stuck tennis balls.
Indeed, he looks younger than he did by the loss of a beard.
Hey, he rubs himself with civet. Can you smell him out by that?
That's as much as to say the sweet youth's in love.
The greatest note of it is his melancholy.
And when was he wont to wash his face?
Yea, or to paint himself, for the which I hear what they say of him.
Nay, but his jesting spirit, which is now crept into a lute string and now governed by stops.
Indeed, that tells a heavy tale for him. Conclude, he is in love.
Nay, but I know who loves him.
That would I know too. I warn one that knows him not.
Old senor, walk aside with me. I have studied 8 or 9 wise words to speak to you, which these hobby horses must not hear.
For my life, to break with him about Beatrice.
'Tis even so.
My lord and brother, God save you.
Good then, brother.
If your liege is served, I would speak with you.
In private.
If it please you. Yet, Count Claudio may hear, for what I would speak of concerns him.
What is the matter?
Means your lordship to be married tomorrow.
You know he does.
I know not that when he knows what I know.
If there be any impediment, I pray you to discover it.
You may think I love you not. Let that appear hereafter and aim better at me by that I now will manifest.
Why? What is the matter?
I came hither to tell you, and circumstances shortened, for she has been too long a talking of, the lady is disloyal.
Who, hero?
Even she. Leonardo's hero, your hero, every man's hero.
Disloyal.
The word is too good to paint out her wickedness. I could say she worse. Think you of a worse title, and I will fit her to it. Wonder not till further warned. Go but with me tonight, and you shall see her chamber window entered even the night before her wedding day. If you love her then, tomorrow wed her. But it would better fit your honor to change your mind.
May this be so.
Will not think it.
You dare not trust that you see, confess not that you know. But if you follow me, I will show you enough, and when you have seen more and heard more, proceed accordingly.
If I see anything tonight, why should I wed her tomorrow in the congregation, where we should marry? There will I shame her.
And as I wooed for thee to obtain her, I will join thee to disgrace her.
I will disparage her no further till you are my witnesses. Bear it coldly but till midnight, and let the issue show itself.
Are you a good man and true?
Yea, or else what pity, but he should suffer salvation, body and soul.
Nay, that were a punishment too good for him if he should have any allegiance in him, being chosen for the prince's watch.
Well, give him his charge, neighbor Dogberry.
This is your charge. You are to comprehend all vagrant men, and you are to bid any man stand in the prince's name.
Halper will not stand.
Why then take no note of him, but let him go, and presently call the rest of the watch together and thank God you're rid of a knave.
If he will not stand when he is bidden, he is none of the prince's subject.
True, and you are to meddle with none but the prince's subjects. You are also to make no noise in the streets, for the watch to babble and talk is most tolerable and not to be endured.
I would rather sleep than talk. I know it belongs to a watch.
Why, you speak like an ancient and most quiet watchman, for I cannot see how sleeping should offend. Only have a care that your bills be not stolen. Well, you are to call at all the alehouses and bid those that are drunk get them to bed.
And Halper will not.
Why then? Let them alone till they are sober. If they make you not then the better answer, you may say they are not the men you took them for.
Well, sir,
If you meet a thief, you may suspect him by virtue of your office to be no true man. And for such kind of men, the less you meddle or make with them, why, the more is for your honesty.
if I know him to
If
be...
you meet a thief,
Your heart is the only thing for a qualm.
There thou prickest her with a thistle.
Benedictus, why Benedictus? You have some moral in this, Benedictus.
Moral? No, by my troth, I have no moral meaning. I meant plain holy thistle. You may think, perchance, that I think you are in love. Nay, by Our Lady, I'm not such a fool to think what I list, nor I list not to think what I can, nor indeed I cannot think my heart out of thinking that you are in love, or that you will be in love, or that you can be in love. Yes, Benedict was such another, and now he has become a man. He swore he would never marry, and yet now, in despite of his heart, he eats his meat without grudging. And how you may be converted, I know not, but methinks you look with your eyes as other women do.
What pace is this that thy tongue keeps?
Not a false gallop.
Madam, withdraw. The prince, the count, Signor Benedict, John, and all the gallants of the town are come to fetch you to church. Help to dress me, good cause, good Meg, good Ursula.
What would you with me, honest neighbors?
Marry, sir, I would have some confidence with you that concerns you nearly.
Brief, I pray you, for you see it is a busy time with me.
Marry, yes it is, sir.
Yes, in truth it is, sir.
What is it, my good friends?
Good woman Burgess, sir, speaks a little off the matter. A woman, sir, and her wits are not so blunt as God help I would desire they were. But in faith, honest as the skin between her.
Yes, I thank God I am as honest as any woman living who is an old woman and no honester than I.
Comparisons are odorous. Palaverous, neighbor Burgess.
Neighbors, you are tedious.
One word, sir, our watch, sir, have indeed comprehended 2 auspicious persons, and we would have them this morning examined before your worship.
Take their examination yourself and bring it me. I am now in great haste as it may appear unto you.
It shall be suffragans.
Drink some wine ere you go. Fare you well.
My lord, they stay for you to give your daughter to her husband.
I'll wait upon them. I am ready.
Go, good neighbor, go. Get you to Francis Seacole. Bid him bring his pen and inkhorn to the jail. We are now to examination these men.
We must do it wisely.
We will spare for no wit, I warrant you. Here's that shall drive some of them to a non-comb. Only get the learned writer to set down our excommunication and meet me at the jail.
Come, Friar Francis, be brief, only to the plain form of marriage.
Come you hither, my lord, to marry this lady?
No. To be married to her. Friar, you come to marry her.
Lady, come you hither to be married to this count?
I do.
If either of you know any inward impediment why you should not be conjoined, charge you on your souls to utter it.
Know you any hero?
None, my lord.
Know you any count?
I dare make his answer none.
What men dare do, what men may do, what men daily do, not knowing what they do.
How now? Interjections? Why then, some be of laughing as
Stand thee by, friar. Father, by your leave, will you with free and unconstrained soul give me this maid, your daughter?
As freely, son, as God did give her me.
What have I to give you back whose worth may counterpoise this rich
and precious gift?
Nothing, unless you render her again.
Sweet prince, you learn me noble thankfulness. There, Leonato, take her back again. Oh, behold how like a maid she blushes here. Oh, what authority and show of truth can cunning sin cover itself withal? It comes out that blood is modest evidence to witness simple virtue. Would you not swear, all you that see her, that she's a maid by these exterior shows? But she is none. She knows the heat of a luxurious bed. Her blush is guiltiness, not modesty.
What do you mean, my lord?
Not to be married, not to knit my soul to improved wanton.
Dear my lord, if you in your own proof have vanquished the resistance of a youth and made defeat of her virginity...
Oh, I know what you would say. If I had known her, you would say that she did embrace me as a husband, and so extenuate the forehand sin. No, Leonato. I never tempted her with words too large, but as a brother to his sister, showed her bashful sincerity and comely love.
And seemed I ever otherwise to you?
Well, out on thee, seeming! I will write against it. But you are more intemperate in your blood than Venus or those pampered animals that rage in savage sensuality.
Is my lord well? Doth he speak so wide?
Sweet prince, why speak not you?
What should I speak? I stand dishonored to have linked my dear friend to a common stare.
Are these things spoken, or do I but dream?
Sir, they are spoken, and these things are true.
This looks not like a nuptial.
Leonato, stand I here? Is this the prince? Is this the prince's brother? Is this hero's face? Are our eyes our own?
All of this is so, but what of this, my lord?
Let me but move one question to your daughter, and by that fatherly and kindly power you have in her, bid her answer truly.
I charge thee do so.
Oh, God, defend me. How am I beset? What kind of catechizing call you this?
To make you answer truly to your name.
Is it not Hero? Who can blot that name with any just reproach?
Marry that can, Hero. Hero itself can blot out Hero's virtue. Now what man was he talked with you yesternight out at your window betwixt 12 and 1? Now if you are a maid, answer to this.
I talked with no man at that hour, my lord.
Why then are you no maiden? Leonato, I am sorry you must hear. Upon mine honor, myself, my brother, and this grieved count did see her, hear her at that hour last night, talk with a ruffian at her chamber window, who most like a liberal villain confessed the vile encounters they have had 1,000 times in secret.
Fie. They are not to be named, my lord, not to be spoke of. There is not chastity enough in language without offense to utter them.
O Hero, what a hero hast thou been if half thy outward graces had appeared around thy thoughts and counsels of thy heart. But fare thee well, most foul, most fair. Farewell, thou pure impiety and impious purity.
Hath no man's dagger here a point for me?
How now, cousin, wherefore since you dead?
Come, let us go. These things come thus to like smother her spirits up.
How doth the lady?
Dead, I think. Help, Uncle Hero! A hero, Uncle! Signor Benedict Friar!
O fate, take not away thy heavy hand. Death is the fairest cover for her shame that may be wished for.
How now, cousin Hero? Have comfort, lady.
Dost thou look up?
Yea, wherefore should she not?
Wherefore? Why doth not every earthly thing cry shame upon her? Could she here deny the story that is printed in her blood? Do not live, hero. Do not ope thine eyes. For did I think thou wouldst not quickly die, thought I thy spirits were stronger than thy shames, myself would, on the rearward of reproaches, strike at thy life.
Sir, be patient. For my part, I am so attired in wonder I know not what to say.
Oh, on my soul, my cousin is blind!
Lady, were you her bedfellow last night?
No, of course not, but until last night I have this 12-month been her bedfellow.
Confirmed! Confirmed! Oh, that is stronger maid which was before barred up with ribs of iron. Would the two princes lie, and Claudio lie, that loved her so that speaking of her foulness washed it with tears. Hence from her, let her die.
Hear me a little, for I have only been silent so long and given way unto this course of fortune by noting of the lady. I have marched 1,000 blushing apparitions to start into her face. 1,000 innocent shames and angel whiteness beat away those blushes, and in her eye there hath appeared a fire to burn the arrows that these princes hold against her maiden truth. Trust not my age, my reverence calling, nor divinity, if this sweet lady lie not guiltless here under some fighting error.
Friar, it cannot be. Thou seest that all the grace that she hath left is that she will not add to her damnation a sin of perjury. She not denies it.
Lady, what man is he you are accused of?
They know that to accuse me, I know none. If I know more of any man alive than that which maiden modesty doth warrant, let all my sins lack mercy. O my friar, prove you that any man and I conversed at hours unmeet, or that I yesternight maintained the change of words with any creature. Refuse me, hate me, torture me to death.
There is some strange misprison in the princes.
Two of them have the very bent of honor, and if their wisdoms be misled in this, the practice of it lives in John the Bastard, whose spirits toil in frame of villainies.
I know not. If they speak but truth of her, these hands shall tear her. If they wrong her honor, the proudest of them shall well hear of it.
Pause a while. And let my counsel sway you in this case. Your daughter here, the princess, left for dead. Let her a while be secretly kept in, and publish it that she is dead indeed. Maintain a mourning ostentation, and on your family's old memorial, hang mournful epitaphs, and do all rites that appertain unto a burial.
What shall become of this? What will this do?
Mary, this well carried shall on her behalf change slander to remorse. She dying as it must be so maintained, upon the instant she was accused, shall be lamented, pitied, and excused of every hearer. So will it fare with Claudio, when he shall hear she died upon his words, the idea of her life shall sweetly creep into his studied imagination. Then shall he mourn, and wish he had not so accused her. And if it sort not well, you may conceal her, as best befits her wounded reputation, in some religious and reclusive life, out of all eyes, tongues, minds, and injuries.
Signor Leonato, let the friar advise you.
Being that I flow in grief, the smallest twine may lead me.
'Tis well consented? Presently, away. Come, lady. Die to live. This wedding day perhaps is but for long. Have patience and endure.
But no such friend.
May a man do it?
It is a man's office, but not yours.
I do love nothing in the world so well as you. Is not that strange?
As strange as the thing I know not. It were as possible for me to say, I love nothing in the world so well as you. But believe me not, and yet I lie not. I confess nothing, nor I deny nothing. I am sorry for my cousin.
By my sword, Beatrice, thou lovest me.
Do not swear and eat it.
I will swear by it that you love me, and I will make him eat it that says I love not you.
Will you not eat your word?
With no sauce that can be devised to it. I protest, I love thee.
I thank God, forgive me.
What offense, sweet Beatrice?
You have stayed me in a happy hour. I was about to protest. I loved you.
And do it with all thy heart.
I love you with so much of my heart that none is left to protest.
Come, bid me do anything for thee.
Kill Claudio.
Ha! Not for the wide world.
You kill me to deny it. Farewell!
Tarry, sweet Beatrice!
Now, I am gone though I am here. There is no love in you. Nay, I pray you let me go!
Beatrice!
In faith, I will go!
We'll be friends first.
You dare easier be friends with me than fight with mine enemy.
Is Claudio thine enemy?
Is he not approved in the height of villain? That hath slandered, scorned, dishonored my kinswoman. Oh, that I were a man. What? Bear her in hand until they come to take hands. And then, with public accusation, uncovered slander, unmitigated rancor. Oh, God, that I were a man. I would eat his heart in the marketplace.
Hear me, Beatrice.
Talk with a man out at a window, a proper saying.
Nay, but Beatrice.
Sweet hero, she is wronged. She is slandered. She is undone.
Beatrice!
Princes and counties. A princely testimony, surely a goodly count. Count Comfort. A sweet, gallant, surely. Oh, that I were a man for his sake. Or that I had any friend. Would be a man for my sake. But manhood is melted into courtesies, valor into compliment. I cannot be a man with wishing. Therefore, I will die a woman with grieving.
Tarry, sweet Beatrice, by this hand I love thee.
Use it for my love some other way than swearing by it.
Think you in your soul the Count Claudio hath wronged heroes?
As sure as I have a thought or soul.
Enough. I am engaged. I will challenge him. I will kiss your hand, and so I leave you. By this hand, Claudio shall render me a dear account. As you hear of me, so think of me. Go, comfort your cousin. I must say she is dead, and so farewell.
Who wrongs you?
Mary, thou dost wrong me, thou dissembler. Nay, never lay thy hand upon thy sword. I fear thee not.
Mary, beseech my hand if she give your aid, should cause of fear. In faith, my hand meant nothing to my sword.
Tush, tush, man, never fleer and jest at me. No, Claudio, to thy head. Thou hast so wronged mine innocent child and me that I am forced to lay my reverence by, and with gray hairs and bruise of many days do challenge thee to trial of a man. I say thou hast belied mine innocent child. Thy slander hath gone through and through her heart, and she lies buried with her ancestors. Oh, in a tomb where never scandal slept, save this of hers, framed by thy villainy.
My villainy?
Thine, Claudio, thine, I say.
You say not right, old man.
My lord, I will prove it on his body if he dare.
Away, I will not have to do with you.
Canst thou so daft me? Thou hast killed my child. If thou killst me, boy, thou shalt kill a man.
My heart is sorry for your daughter's death, but on mine honor, she was charged with nothing but was true and very full of proof.
My lord,
I will not hear you.
No, I will be heard.
See, here comes the man we went to see.
Now, Signor, what news?
Good day, my lord.
Welcome, Signor. You are almost come to part almost afraid.
I came to seek you both.
And we have been up and down to seek thee, for we are high-proof melancholy, and would fain have it beaten away. Wilt thou use thy wit?
It is in my scabbard. Shall I draw it?
As I am an honest man, he looks pale. Art thou sick or angry?
Shall I speak a word in your ear?
God bless me from a challenge.
You are a villain. I jest not. I will make it good how you dare, with what you dare, and when you dare. Do me right, or I will protest your cowardice. You have killed a sweet lady, and her death shall fall heavy on you. Let me hear from you.
Well, I will meet you so I may have good cheer.
What, a feast? A feast?
In faith, I thank him, for he hath bid me to a calf's head and a capon, for the which if I do not carve most curiously, say my knife's not. So I now find a woodcock, too.
Sir, thy wit ambles well. It goes easily.
I'll tell thee how Beatrice praised thy wit the other day.
And how she wept heavily, but said she cared not.
Yea, that she did. But yet for all that, and if she did not hate him deadly, she would love him dearly. The old man's daughter told us all.
All. And moreover, God saw him when he was hid in the garden.
But when shall we set the savage bull's horns with the sensible Benedict's head?
Yea, and text underneath, here dwells Benedict, the married man.
Fare you well, boy. You know my mind. My lord, for your many courtesies, I thank you. I must discontinue your company. Your brother the bastard is fled from Messina. You have among you killed a sweet and innocent lady. For my lord Lackbeard there, he and I shall meet. Until then, peace be with him.
He is in earnest?
A most profound earnest, and I'll warrant you, for the love of Beatrice.
And hath challenged thee?
Most sincerely.
Did not say my brother was fled?
Come you, if justice cannot tame you, she shall ne'er weigh more reasons in her balance. Nay, you being a cursing hypocrite once, you must be looked to.
How now? 2 of my brother's men bound. Braccio 1.
Hearken after their offense, my lord.
Officers, what offense have these men done?
Marry, sir, they have committed false report. Moreover, they have spoken untruths. Secondarily, they are slanders. 6, and lastly, they have belied a lady. Thirdly, they have verified unjust things. And to conclude, they are lying knaves.
Learned constable, too cunning to be understood. What is your offense?
Sweet prince, let me go no farther to mine answer. Do you hear me and let this count kill me? I have deceived even your very eyes, for what your wisdoms could not discover, these shallow fools have brought to light. Who in the night overheard me confessing to this woman how Don John, your brother, incensed me to slander the lady hero, how you saw me in the orchard, court Margaret in hero's garments, how you disgraced her when you should marry her. My villainy they have upon record, which I had rather repeat over to my death, and seal over to my shame. The lady hero is dead upon mine and my master's false accusation, and briefly, I desire nothing but the reward of a villain.
Runs not this speech like iron through your blood?
I have drunk poison whilst he uttered it.
But did my brother set thee onto this? Yea, and he paid me richly for the practice of it.
He's composed and framed of treachery, and fled he is upon this villainy.
Oh, sweet hero, now thy image doth appear in the rare semblance that I loved at first.
Come, bring them away. By this time our sexton hath informed Signor Leonardo of the matter. And masters, remember, when time and place shall serve, that I am an ass.
Here comes Master Leonardo and the sexton too.
Which is the villain? Let me see his eyes, that when I note another man like him, I may avoid him. Which of these is he?
If you would know your wronger, sir, look on me.
Art thou the villain that with thy breath hast killed my innocent child?
Yea, even I alone.
Nay, not so, villain. Thou beliest thyself. Here stand a pair of honorable men. A third is fled that had a hand in it. I thank you, princes, for my daughter's death. Record it with your high and worthy deeds. 'Twas bravely done if you bethink you of it.
I know not how to pray your patience, yet I must speak. Choose you revenge yourself. Impose me to what penance your invention may lay upon my sin, yet sinned I not but in mistaking.
By my soul, nor I. And yet I would bend under any heavy weight that this good old man would enjoin me to.
I cannot bid you bid my daughter live. That were impossible. But I pray you both, possess the people in Messina here how innocent she died. And if your love can labor aught in sad invention, hang an epitaph upon her tomb, and sing it to her bones. Sing it tonight. Tomorrow morning, come you to my house. And since you could not be my son-in-law, be yet my nephew. My brother hath a daughter, almost the copy of my child that's dead, and she alone is heir to both of us. Give her the right you should have given her cousin, and so dies my revenge.
Oh, good my lord, your overkindness doth bring tears from me. I do embrace your offer and dispose henceforth the poor Claudio.
Tomorrow, then, I will expect your coming. Tonight I take my leave. This naughty man shall face to face be brought to Margaret, who I believe was packed in all this wrong, hired to it by your brother.
No, by my soul she was not, nor knew what she did when she spoke to me, but hath always been just and virtuous in anything that I do know by her.
Moreover, sir, which indeed is not under white and black, the plaintiff here, the offender, did call me an ass. I beseech you, let it be remembered in our punishment.
I thank thee for thy care and honest pains.
God save the foundation!
Go! I discharge thee of thy prisoner, and I thank thee.
I leave an errant knave with your worship, which I beseech your worship to correct, for the example of others. God keep your worship. I wish your worship well. I humbly beseech you to depart, and if a merry meeting may be wished, God prohibit it. Come, neighbor.
May thee, sweet Mistress Margaret, deserve well at my hands by helping me to the speech of Beatrice.
Will you then write me a sonnet in praise of my beauty?
In so high a style, Margaret, that no man living shall come over it. For in most comely truth, thou deservest it.
To have no man come over me? What, must I always stay beneath the stairs?
Thy wit is as quick as the greyhound's mouse. It catches.
And thine is as blunt as a fencer's foils, which hit but hurt not. I'll make my lady come, who I think halfway.
With that I came, which is knowing what hath passed between you and Claudia.
Only foul words, and thereupon I will kiss thee.
Foul words are but foul wind. Foul wind is but foul breath, and foul breath is noisome. Therefore I will depart unkissed.
Thou hast forced the word out of his right sense, so forcible is thy wit. But I must tell thee plainly, Claudio undergoes my challenge, and I must either shortly hear from him, or I will subscribe him a coward. But I pray thee now, tell me for which of my bad parts didst thou first fall in love with me?
For all of them together, which maintain so politically a state of evil that they will admit no good part to intermingle with them. But for which of my good parts did you first suffer love for me?
Suffer love, a good epithet. I do suffer love indeed, for I love thee against my will.
In spite of your heart, I think. Alas, poor heart. If
If you spite it for my sake, I will spite it for yours, for I cannot love that which my friend hates.
Thou and I are too wise to move peaceably.
But it appears not on this confession. There's not one wise man among 20 that will praise himself.
Now tell me, how doth your cousin?
Very ill.
And how do you?
Very ill too.
Serve God, love me, and mend. There will I leave you too, for here comes one in haste.
Madam, you must come to your uncle's. Yonder's old coil at home. It is proved my lady hero hath been falsely accused. The Prince and Claudio mightily abused, and Don John is the author of all, who is fled and gone. Will you come presently?
Will you go hear this news, Signor?
I will live in thy heart, die in thy lap, and be buried in thy eyes. Moreover, I will go with thee to thy uncle's.
Done to death by slanderous tongues was the hero that here lies. Death, in guerdon of her wrongs, gives her fame which never dies. And so the life that died with shame lives in death with glorious fame. A music, sound.
Pardon, goddess of the night, those that slew thy virgin night, for the which with sounds of woe round about her tomb they go. Midnight assist our moan, help us to sigh and moan. Heavily, heavily, graves yawn and yield your dead, till death be utterance. Heavily, heavily.
Now, unto thy bones, good night. Yearly will I do this right.
Come, let us hence and put on other weeds, and then to Leonardo will we go.
Did I not tell you she was innocent?
So are the Prince and Claudio, who accused her upon the error that you heard debated. But Margaret was in some fault for this, although against her will.
And so am I, being else by faith enforced to call young Claudio to a reckoning for it.
Withdrawn to a chamber by yourself, and when I send for you, come hither mass. The Prince and Claudio promised by this hour to visit me.
Friar, I must entreat your pains, I think,
To do what, senor?
to bind me, or undo me, one of them. Signor Leonardo, truth it is, good signor, your niece regards me with an eye of favor.
That I my daughter lent her, 'tis most true.
And I do with an eye of love requite her.
The sight whereof I think you had from me, from Claudio, and the Prince. But what's your will?
Your answer, sir, is enigmatical, but for my will is your good will may stand with ours this day to be conjoined in the state of honorable marriage. In which, friar, I shall desire your help.
My heart is with your liking.
And my help. Here comes the Prince of Claudio.
Good morrow to this fair assembly.
Good morrow, Prince. Good morrow, Claudio. We here attend you. Are you yet determined today to marry with my brother's daughter?
I'll hold my mind.
I'll call her forth.
Good morrow, Benedict. Well, what's the matter? You have such a February face, so full of frost, of storm and cloudiness.
Here comes other reckonings. Which is the lady I must seize upon?
This same is she, and I do give you her.
Then she is mine. Sweet, let me see your face.
No! That you shall not till you take her hand before this friar and swear to marry her.
Give me your hand. before this holy friar, I'm your husband, if you'd like it.
And when I lived, I was your other wife. And when you loved, you were my other husband.
Another hero.
Nothing certain, but I do live, and surely as I live, I am a maid.
Oh, for hero. Hero that is dead!
She died, my lord, but whilst her slander lived.
All this amazement can I qualify when after the holy rites are ended, I will tell you largely of fair hero's death. Meanwhile, let wander soon familiar into the chapel. Let us presently.
Soft and fair, friar. Which is Beatrice?
I answer to that name. What is your will?
Do not you love me?
Why, no. No more than reason.
Why then, your uncle Claudio and the prince have been deceived. They swore you did.
Do not you love me?
Troth, no, no more than reason.
Why, then my cousin Margaret and Ursula are much deceived, for they did swear you did.
They swore you were almost sick for me.
They swore you were well nigh dead for me.
'Tis no such matter. Then you do not love me.
I know, but in friendly recompense.
Come, cousin, I am sure you love the gentleman.
And I'll be sworn upon that he loves her, for I have a letter here written in his hand, a halting sonnet of his own pure brain, fashioned to Beatrice.
And here's another written my cousin's hand, stolen from her pocket, containing her affection unto Benedict.
Miracle. Here's our own hands against our hearts. Come, I will have thee, but by this light I take thee for pity.
I would not deny you, but by this good day I yield upon great persuasion, and partly to save your life, for I was told you were in a consumption.
Peace, I will stop your mouth.
How dost thou, Benedict the married man?
In brief, since I do purpose to marry, I will think nothing to any purpose that the world can say against it. And therefore never flout at me for what I have said against it. For man is a giddy thing, and this is my conclusion. Claudio, for thy part, I did think to have beaten thee, but in that thou art like to be my kinsman, live unbruised, and love my cousin.
I'd well hoped, though, that you would have denied Beatrice, so I might have cudgelled thee out of thy single life to make thee a double dealer.
Oh.
Which, out of question, thou wilt be, if my cousin do not keep an exceedingly narrow look at thee.
Come, come, we are friends. Let's have a dance ere we are married, that we may lighten our own hearts and our wives' heels.
We'll have dancing afterwards.
First of my work. Therefore, play music. Prince, thou art sad. Get thee a wife. Get thee a wife. There is no staff more reverend than one tipped with horn.
My lord! Your brother hath been ta'en in flight and brought with armed men back to Messina.
Think not on him till tomorrow. I'll devise thee brave punishments for him. Strike up, pipers!
I looked upon her with a soldier's eye.
Beauty is a witch, my dear.
Produce the proof, let me see your face.
I have caught thee.
Have I taught thee, my jewel?
When I saw you, I was struck.
You've been killed with arrows and traps.
Oh, you love my cat, my dear.
Bless me, lady, now reveal your mask.
Eternity in our lips and eyes.
The very ecstasy of love.
Sweet, let me see your face.